I want to circle back to last week's UFC pay-per-view event, Topuria Oliveira. We had a lot of comments and a lot of people asking for your opinion on Mr. Van. Josh Van fought Brandon Royval. It was on the undercard of that fight, like I said, and it was an all-out war. What a shootout, what a fight, what heart displayed by both men. Unbelievable skill. For Van, 6 fights now in the last year in the UFC. He's won 5 fights in a row. And this was only a 3-week turnaround from appearing on the UFC 316 card 3 weeks before that in Newark. Unbelievably active. He's rising. He is now the #1 challenger for Pantoja's belt. That will be next. But just wanted to get your take on that great fight and what you think of Van's boxing and striking abilities.
I loved him. First of all, he's got a hell of a chin. They both do. But let's touch on that a little bit, because he's not that hard to find either. Yeah, his offense, I love it. It's very standard. It's very standard and very boxing oriented, where it's good technique, it's solid basics. It's a jab and right hand for the most part. But he also mixes in counters. He takes a little step back, he'll counter in the middle. You know, 1 minute he'll push and then he'll pull you. He'll push you a little bit, and then all of a sudden he's got good instincts. And a good general standard technique, boxing technique, where all of a sudden he'll take a little step back, and if you get a little over rambunctious, which his opponent did in spots, and you reach in a little bit, he's going to counter you. So he's going to mix in the leading off the jab with the countering, and he's always looking to set the table with the right hand. His legs are under him. He's balanced. He kicks well too, by the way, but he's balanced. And I don't know how good he is on the mat. To be honest, he's gonna, he's gonna need at least some of that if he fights Pantoja, because Pantoja will try to take him to the mat, I think. But at the end of the day, I was impressed. I think if I talk about his strengths, his flaws would be sometimes he goes straight back on a straight line, 2-3 steps in a row, where if you do that with the wrong opponent, he'll follow you, he'll catch you. I also think he can move his head a little more. I'd like to see a little bit more of, somebody get in there and say, hey, move your head every once in a while. After you punch, move your head, slip a little bit. He could do a little more of that, but he is tough. He is confident. He is young. He punches well. As I said, he's got a great chin. It was a great fight. He cemented the win in the last seconds of the last round, with that knockdown. When he needed to get that, because it was a close fight. It was a very close fight. I thought he had the little edge, but like I said, he cemented it at the end. He knew how to close. And I like all that. I like him a lot. I think he's got a good shot with Pantoja. As long as he can, obviously I think he want to stay off getting taken to the floor. I think as far as the striking, I think he's got an edge over Pantoja. And I think that he'd have chances to catch Pantoja being a little reckless. Early in rounds, I noticed Pantoja, he's great. But he likes to kind of set the tempo and kind of set a mark and come right forward. And he's looking to get you on the floor because he's unbelievable on the floor. But when he comes forward, he can come forward reaching a little bit on a straight line. And I think that could be interesting against Van, where Van could counter him coming forward with that right hand, which he showed again. He showed the ability to do more than just lead. He could counter in spots too. So I loved him. And a young guy like that, and an ambitious guy like that wants to fight that often, wants to get better. Like Customato used to always say to me, hey, if you're a surgeon, you want to be the best surgeon, you got to do a lot of surgeries. You don't do one every 4 years. You don't do one a year. You got to do them more often so you get better as a surgeon. Same thing as a fighter. You want to be a great fighter, you got to fight more often. And this guy wants to be great.